What's up, guys? This is episode 6311, and I haven't been recording some videos because my cell phone was broken. The screen of it had broken once again, and now it's fixed. I fixed it yesterday once the screen arrived. And I don't know what to do with my professional, my financial life, because yesterday me and my girlfriend, we completed 1 month of dating, so I went there on her house to commemorate, and I've spent the night there, but we literally just slept. It was the first time we literally slept the whole night. So now that we do something when we're not sleeping, but we can't sleep. Like when I spend the night, I usually come back home like at 3 or 4 a.m. But today we woke up at like 8. But once I asked her, what about going to Europe if we marry, etc. What if we're going to Europe? Would you do it? And she said yes. It would just be hard for my mom, because in 2 years from now I would had just turned into a major, so I don't know if my mom would receive it so goodly. But then she asked me, well, what are we gonna do to live there? We're not gonna have a job or something. Then I explained that the easiest thing is to be a waiter or an English teacher, as I am already here. Then I said that there's always the possibility of working with the internet. Then I remembered she doesn't know my 3 last years of experience with the internet, because I kind of gave up it, or at least paused it. She doesn't know anything, She doesn't know the story of how I discovered it in October 2020, and I started, and I failed a billion times, and etc. She doesn't know it, and we've talked about so many things, but this is the thing I haven't talked about: how I was considered top 1% of teenagers, at least in matters of mentality and matters of taking risks and having a business and life design in itself. And as a consequence, I was contaminated by all this paganism through the self-development gurus like law of attraction and believe in the universe, or this just indifference with religion they have. Now I've discovered a guy that is called Guilherme Freire. He actually does care about God, and he is Catholic, and at the same time he has this self-development thing, this pragmatism about things, because whether the guy is very good on teaching self-development and creating a business and all those stuff, but in terms of moral and religion, the guy is totally indifferent. So for me, this is not a very good person to follow. Or the guy is 100% religion and doesn't have that pragmatism of being extraordinary and building great things, and being top 1% and training. But this guy specifically, he has the pragmatism of self-development, of top 1%, of entrepreneurship and business and learning things, to be on top 1%, and at the same time praying and receiving the communion and going to confession, going to the mass, etc., and learning about the life of the saints. So this is a guy I gotta follow, and I am following. I do follow. But going back to what I was saying, I said we could always work on the internet. Then I explained how could I make like, I don't know, 80 grand, 100 grand in reals, living in Italy or some place of Europe that I am already a citizen because I have Italian citizenship, and work like 1 hour a day because I explained to her with the most simple terms that I could, for example, prospect some business owners and approach businesses through the whole Europe, because in the 26 countries of changing space I can be an entrepreneur or do whatever a citizen can do. So through the whole Italy I can approach businesses, and for example I get 10 clients. Once I get 10 clients of 1,000 euros each, I'm making 60, 70 grand in reals a month. Then I can hire a Brazilian, an amazing traffic manager from Brazil for like 1,000 euros, and he will take care of every client I have. So I will be making 9,000 euros out of doing basically nothing, because I would just be responsible of taking care of the customer success. And once I'm making 9 grand of net profit a month, what do? Do I stop there? Of course not. I do the same thing. I approach once again until I get 10 new clients. I take care of these 10 new clients. I work a lot. I hire someone again for 1,000 euros. Here in Brazil, this guy will be making 6, 7 grand a month, and this is top 1% in Brazil. So it's like, this is, I guess, top 1% in the world, or top 10% in the world. So the guy will be rich here. I would like to receive 6 grand a month as a traffic manager in my current state now. Then I would have 20 clients, 1,000 euros on average each, and I would just spend like 1 or 2 hours a day and make, I don't know, 18 grand a month. 18 grand a month in euros, 18,000 euros a month out of working 10 hours a week, And then what do? I keep doing this until I see the need of hiring an SDR, someone who will sell for me, not only someone who takes care of the clients, but who actually sells for me, professional salesman, professional salesperson. The guy will be selling for me. He will be making, for example, if he closes 10 sales of 1,000 euros in 1 month, I would pay him, for example, of set salary 1,000 euros plus 50%. So he will be making 6 grand that month, 5,000 of variable and 1,000 of set. And this will be rich, and it will be amazing for me, because that month specifically I will be making only 4 grand out of 10 new clients. Of course, that's bad, but in the next, I don't know, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months that this client will be with me, I will be making the same 1,000 a month out of not needing to approach businesses. Once I do it and I'm having, I don't know, 5, 10 new clients a month, this will be the ideal, thing. What would I do? Would I keep doing it? Of course not. I would sell again for the same clients. For example, I have these 30, 40 clients. I am making 40, 50,000 euros a month out of working, I don't know, 4 hours a day, tops. Then I would sell more services to these same clients in order to higher the amount they pay me, and sell high ticket to high ticket clients. Why isn't it good to start selling high ticket? Because it takes months to close one. So it could take 4, 5, 6 months to close a 10,000 a month contract with a big business, and this is a lot of work. Once I get it, they don't bother me. I am able to do my work and to promote them and to make money for them and to make money for me, and that will be amazing. But once I have 30, 40 clients that pay me on average 1,000 euros a month, I can start selling 5, 10, 15, 20 grand a month contracts. So in Italy, we could live amazingly like this. You know, she wants to make psychology, and I was searching for psychology universities through the Europe. So there's I don't know, 5 or 6 in Italy. There's 1 or 2 in France, etc. Spain. The thing is, it's better if that university speaks English rather than the local language, because you know she already studies English, so it would be way better to her in 2 years. So, but I don't know what I do now. You know, that's the thing. That's the point I wanted to get. I don't know what I do now, because of course, in 2 years I will have a reasonable amount of money for someone who lives alone. That's good, that's fine. But in 2 years, would I still? Is it the best option to keep working for someone else, knowing that it's each time harder and harder to execute this plan I mentioned for the past 9 minutes, 10 minutes? Is it really? Will it be really this simple? I know it's hard, it's boring as hell, but will this be really simple? Because year to year it gets harder, because more people have the same idea, but they execute it, but they live already in Italy, so they execute it, they're able to execute it. So it's a good thing, because I will make someone here in Brazil rich, while I would be way richer and work like 1, 2 hours a day. So that's the philosophy of that book, the 4-hour work week. That's the philosophy. You don't need to be doing things that you don't actually need to as a business owner. And the best thing is that you can hire people. If you may think, but I can't hire people to do everything I don't need essentially to do. Yes, you can. Just hire people among the internet that live in countries that the currency is way cheaper than yours. So in Brazil it's kind of hard to do it because the currency of Brazil is very low, but in countries like Italy or countries from Europe or United States, Canada, this is paradise, you know, paradise. You can hire people from Philippines, Brazil, South Africa, etc. And as I imagine, I am able to find amazing professionals, make them rich while I'm way richer, you know. And I could scale it 100% to like, I don't know, 100,000 euros or dollars a month, working 4 hours a week. This is the ultimate goal, you know. I would just have more leverage. So a meeting I would do would have an impact on 30 clients. So that's why I would be able to work just as little. But the thing is it the best option to keep just working as an English teacher and make tops 3 grand a month, and may have some side hustles and etc., and not make the most amazing, astonishing amount of money that I have the capacity of doing, that I've ever had? At least in the past 2 years, I've had the ability, the capacity to make 10 grand a month. It's just that I didn't have the discipline enough to it. It's just literally this. But it's the best option to wait 2 years to start executing this plan. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Do I need to start executing this plan here. So be an SMMA owner in a city that has 20,000 citizens. That's the shittiest thing, because we're not moving to that another city I mentioned with 120,000 people. I could make 30 grand a month selling candies, you know, in this big city. No big deal, not big of a deal, you know. Here, already a lot of people can make 10 grand a month selling candies. Of course, it's not in the streets. You know, they have some kind of brand and they sell to other businesses. So if you're buying a pizza in a pizzeria, they will put their candies there, and you know the pizzeria will make a profit out of it. So they're able to make 10 grand a month in this 20,000 citizens city. So it will be way easier for me. I could be an English teacher and make more than I'm doing here, because there's another franchise of the English school I work here in that city. And in the meanwhile, I wouldn't need to be working set 4 hours and a half a day. I could just have and receive for a class. So I have 10 classes I receive for these 10 classes, but once it's finished, I have no need to, you know, be there, you know, in the school. And I could, in the meanwhile, sell these candies and make, I don't know, 30 grand a month, 10, 15, 20 grand on net profit a month, you know. So this would be a great opportunity. But once you're not moving there, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know. I don't see as an option to me to sell products without a face, info products without a face. Morally, and you guys know that I estimate 1 billion times this thing of moral values, and morally it's shitty. You can sell diabetes healing that is just like flour and sugar, and with a lot of marketing lying simple techniques. To me, that's not an option. But for example, launching some people, this will be an option for me. And having an SMMA, I don't know if this is an option. This could be, or be an SDR. I've asked for the guy I worked on October last year to be an SDR. As I remember, I worked with him on October last year. It was an amazing experience, but I didn't have the discipline enough to, once he was not there and it was just me and the laptop and the future prospects, I didn't have the discipline enough to just call them. So that's why it didn't flourish, you know. But I approached him to see if I'd like to, you know, pay for every tool I'd get and pay for the money I made him lose due to my lack of discipline last year. And he said he didn't have any hunter on his agency currently now. You know, he just would use paid ads. So this is not an option for me. But I'd like very badly to work in an agency. There's always the option of the SOFA, the company I worked in the beginning of last year, the first semester of last year, to sell a software to furniture companies. But I don't know if this is what I want to do. You know, I don't know actually. I wanted to work in an agency because this will be a mentorship to me. But I've had 1 billion opportunities and I've wasted all of them. And these opportunities doesn't come a lot. And there's always Theo, my ex-business partner. He has this agency he's working now, but I don't know if it's a good idea to be him as my boss, you know, someone who gives orders to me and who decides how much money I'm making. So, you know, I don't know if this is an idea that would flourish, would succeed. But there's this option. But I'd like really to be an SDR. Once now in November, in the beginning of November, I will finish school. So I'll have the whole morning to me and 100% to me to make money, to do whatever I want, because I would just be working on the afternoon shift and 3 days a week on the night shift. um, so this would be a great opportunity for me to work as an SDR. You can work 3 hours a day and make a lot of money and make $2,000 a month at least. If you can work 3 hours a day, 5 days a week, and make this much money. Once you know the techniques, etc., and you have this speed, this agility. So it's just literally about having the opportunity. If I had the same opportunity I had with this guy I mentioned that doesn't have any hunter anymore, doesn't have a hunter anymore on his agency, he doesn't have space to it, is not how he operates now. But if I had this opportunity, this would be amazing for me because I would be learning about how an agency works. You know, there's the theory, and I know the theory, but I want to really know how an agency works, how a big agency works. I want to grow an agency, and not just a guy who wants to, you know, works by himself. I want someone who wants to create a team with guys who create a solid business. I had an opportunity to work as a guy, with a guy that was like this. He just wanted to work himself. He didn't want to build a team. If, for example, the client wanted some copywriting skills, he would just resell a copywriting skill of someone else. This is not a solid business. It's just, you know, one guy working and some partnerships. This is not who I want to work with. A guy who wants to make, or who already has a company that is solid. You know, this will be the best thing for me. So that's it. I guess I figured out a thing I want to do, at least now in this next month, to make a little bit of money, at least more than what I'm making. I make less than a grand a month. And on Saturday I'm planning to administrate some Portuguese classes because there's a lot of Cuban and then people from Venezuela and people like you know that speak Spanish only and not Portuguese. So the idea is to give a class from Spanish to Portuguese, and I would make, if not more, as much money as I'm making as an English teacher, working 5 days a week, working 107 hours. I work 107, 120 hours, 110, 115 hours a month, and I make not a grand. I make almost 900 a month, and I will make 900 a grand or a minimum wage, 2,000 a month with this not 4 hours of class on Saturday, once a week. So it will be good for me, and I will be making way more money. So this is it. I guess the thing now is to try to find someone who wants an SDR, who has an agency, who fits in these things of someone who I mentioned I want to work with. And that's it. I may even prospect American businesses, etc. But I guess the thing now is to find someone to work as an SDR for, and just work it until December, until January, whatever. Then that's it, guys. Thanks. I don't remember an episode where I talked so much non-stop. I literally didn't stop talking for 24 minutes. That's it.